ephedra and ephedrine. Ephedra is actually a plant called Ephedra sinica, or the Chinese actually call it ma huang, if I'm pronouncing it right. It's been used as Chinese medicine for over 5,000 years, and it was also in dietary supplements up until April 14, 2004, when it was banned because of death and a lot of other side effects that I'll get into. Ephedrine is a sympathomimetic. It mimics the effect of adrenaline, and it's extracted along with pseudoephedrine from the plant Ephedra sinica. Its importance: it's a stimulant. It suppresses appetite. It's a concentration aid, a decongestant, a bronchodilator, and it also helps with low blood pressure problems. The physiology: it has an indirect stimulation of the of receptors. They're G-coupled receptor proteins. They are targeted by epinephrine. These increase the activity of noradrenaline at the postsynaptic alpha and beta receptors. Recreational uses: it helps thinking and concentration to a greater extent than caffeine. So a lot of people use these just like they would use like an Adderall or a Vyvanse or something like that. Increasing energy: they have thermogenic properties. They increase metabolism. They decrease time to exhaustion, and they increase fat loss and improve muscle strength. These are kind of an example of epinephrine. They're yellow jackets. I know that somebody told me they had actually used them, and it didn't make them feel good at all. Other random uses: it was used by the U.S. Coast Guard along with promethazine, and they paired it with promethazine in order to fight seasickness. And it also has a similar chemical structure to methamphetamine, so you can actually make meth out of epinephrine. The ECA stack: a lot of people pair the ephedrine, caffeine, and aspirin. It has a greater effect whenever you do stack all these together. Then I explained it there. The side effects are tachycardia, hypertension, nausea, restlessness, confusion, insomnia, cardiac arrhythmia, flushing, sweating, difficult urination, and death. This is that crazy girl from movies like this. They are illegal. It is illegal in dietary supplements. However, you can get them from the pharmacy. They come in asthma inhalers, and they also come in Sudafed. If you were to buy Sudafed or you had an asthma inhaler, they actually record your driver's license number and they monitor how much you get. I'm assuming that's to prevent the production of meth. They're banned from the NCAA, the MLB, the NFL, and the PGA Tour.
Probably Olympics too.
Yeah. The first case I did was a 23-year-old woman athlete. She was 39 weeks pregnant. She was going into delivery and she was having uterine contractions, obviously, and she also suffered from a severe headache. She had no known drug allergies. Everything was fine when they went to test her. Her urine test was negative for any kind of drugs that she was on, but she admitted to taking ephedrine the entire time she had been pregnant. And it actually led back to why she was having these severe headaches. And it can actually cause vasospasms, and it can also cause stroke. But thankfully, she didn't suffer from anything but the severe headache. But pregnancy actually increases the effect of ephedrine, so it's surprising that she this one, an athlete, this is the one, she was actually riding a bike in the mountains, and she, oh, I'm sorry, this is a different test. the 8 weeks, they had several different participants use this ephedrine, and it actually showed that it didn't really show a significant weight loss. The long-term weight loss, it doesn't have any effect to it. I think it was like 0.9% from the placebo that it actually showed effectiveness. It shows no sufficient evidence to support athletic performance. And the ACA stack actually increased the risk of a bunch of different symptoms, including heart attack or stroke. This is a 31-year-old man. He also had no prior history of a cardiac problems. He was riding his bike when he had a chest pain, and he was actually having a mild heart attack. So he had been using ephedrine for 5 years, and he also smoked a pack a day for 15 years, which probably didn't help. So they rushed him to the hospital and actually found a blood clot in his heart. So they had removed the blood clot, and he was perfectly fine. He stopped taking ephedrine, and he stopped smoking, and actually the blood clot never